Coming off your 500th career NHL game, just for you to hit that milestone, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it was obviously pretty cool. Obviously the boys and my family was in town. Obviously a cool night, and like I just said, fun to have my family there. That means a lot.
For you guys, this is a big road trip coming up against two divisional opponents. What's going to be the key to get 4 points out of this trip?
I think obviously our starts right now. If we could come out, especially on the road, we know Boston obviously. Really good team, really deep. If we, I feel like if we come out with a good start, kind of just play our game the whole way, I think that's pretty simple. I know it's cliche to say, but especially on the road, you have to come out good.
A lot of the talk has been about the PK as of late, and Larkin talks about the importance of the details. What are some of those details that you guys want to clean up?
It's pretty simple. Sticks in lanes, clears, face-off breakouts. There's a lot of little things that go into it. I think, overall we feel pretty good, but it's just those little, like Lark's probably said, it's just those little, a missed clear at, with 10 seconds left. It seems like it's just biting us in the butt every time. So I know the guys in that group are going to put it together here eventually.
In a tight game against Boston last time you guys played them, do you expect kind of the same tonight, or what makes them so effective, and what do you guys need to do to kind of pull away?
Yeah, it's always been some spirited games against them. Usually pretty tight checking, like you said. I know it's 1-1, 2-1. They play a pretty similar game to ours. A lot of forechecking, a lot of up ice pressure. Just got to play our game. Obviously, like you just said, we played them. Last week. We know what they're capable of and what their strengths are, and we just got to match it and beat it.
Thanks.
Derek, is there anything new on Cam after his visit?
Yeah, unavailable for this road trip. So we'll get a better feel if he can be available for potentially even Saturday, but unavailable for the road trip.
And so I'm assuming he didn't bother coming along, right?
Yep, no, not here on the road trip.
And Lagesson, is that because of Petrie?
Yeah, Lagesson, Petrie. I think PD can play tonight, seeing him in the morning skate, but that'll be a post-warm-up decision. So actually Albert Johansson will take warm-ups if PD can't go. So like he was just there for an extra body period. We would have had no problem playing 11-7 tonight too.
You guys have had a lot of one-goal games as of late. What are some of the learning lessons you can take from either the wins and the losses?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's just we'd like to flip some of those one-goal games, especially the two of late. I just think there's some points in our game. The last two games looked very similar in that we had a great start. We built a lead in both games, but gave it back. Some penalty kill issues, some poor play, and we find ourselves battling here. So just got to stay in those tight games. The Boston was a perfect example. It's a 1-1 hockey game. It's as even as it can be, and they found the play in the third period. So it's just probably more staying at it.
With just going back to the goalies, with neither on this trip, and I don't think you're practicing Friday, right? I mean, Saturday would be unrealistic for...
Not necessarily.
No?
Today's day and age, he'd be able to get some reps. The team's not practicing Friday, due to our scheduled day off, but he could get reps, and I think he's veteran enough. Even some of his routine is, he's one guy that does not take morning skate anymore. So, again, yeah, Saturday may be a stretch considering, but it's not, we'll stay hopeful on that.
And is Alex still just, this trip and then see, or is it, a little more there?
Yeah, he's probably a little longer out. I don't think it's possible. We would have an opportunity to see him into the weekend.
Have you made any decision on whether Sebastian gets in a game, or?
No, we'll get through. This was a scheduled start for Ville all along, despite him obviously going in and getting some time the other night. So we'll get through tonight. We'll see how he performs, and we'll go from there.
Just all the experience Sebastian's had in the minors, and he talked about how much more confidence he has. That gives you confidence. And
oh yeah.
If you would need him Thursday,
we'd have no problem putting him in. Just his growth, to see him develop over the last couple of years, we'd be very confident giving him a look and an opportunity.
And everybody else is okay?
Yeah, Patty's still out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wen and I are there, so he will be unavailable. But we could be seeing him soon.
One more quick one for me. Lucas continues his point streak. He's getting goals now instead of those assists. Are you seeing more shot generation from him? Or
yeah, just the confidence probably with the puck, a little more assertive with the puck. We want him scoring goals. Again, just a really good player for us in every situation. Played him 24 minutes the other day. I would like to stay away from that. I wouldn't put that on many forwards, but it's just one of those situations. One, we're trying to get back in the game, then we're trying to protect a lead, and then just the way the overtime played out, he's got stuck out there. So obviously a special go-to guy for us.
How much discussion is amongst you and your fellow coaches about who is going to make the Four Nations? I mean, Lucas obviously is a lock.
Yeah, good question. We do talk about it because I think it's real. I think it's very important for the guys. You root for the guys. You want them on there. But there's both ends of it. Obviously, there'll be the excitement of guys getting that call, but there's also those guys in the bubble that don't get that call. We talk about it. We're aware of it, and we'll see what happens here next 24 hours.
Is the flip side also, I mean, there's maybe some heavy minutes guy who wouldn't be hurt by having some time off and recovering
No,
at
not necessarily. And of course, there's a reality of that, but with how little international play has taken place of late and how excited the guys are about it, we would want every player with an opportunity to be able to have that opportunity.
I know it sounds a little bit like a broken record talking about the penalty kill, but it really has seemed to be the Achilles heel, especially as of late. Watching back the Vancouver game, did you notice anything different?
It's the frustration part about Vancouver, and they end up in our net. They're in our net. There's no excuses. It's not acceptable. But the other night stung. One was a 5-on-3, which is just a simple tip, and the other was broken play, missed clear. So I guess one positive is it wasn't a structure issue in those two, and we did get two very important kills later in the game. Obviously, one to get us a point into overtime. So hopefully we can build off some of the structure of those last two and can keep it out of our net, because I think you even saying the Achilles heel, it's been generous. It's been it's hurt us in a lot of ways. Just the momentum part of it.